Hello students, myself Arpana Grover, Senior Faculty Member of English at CLAT Informatics. Now dear student, today is our third editorial which we are going to discuss, and earlier we have discussed two editorials where I have told you up, if you are in regular view of these lectures, I have told you कि कैसे हम लोगों को comprehension पढ़ना है, उसमें से हम लोगों को क्वेश्चंस को कैसे हमें कीवर्ड्स ढूंढने हैं कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में से और उन कॉम्प्रिहेंशंस को हमें किस तरह से आंसर करना है, राइट? सो टुडे we'll be moving towards next comprehension, that is editorial 3, and today we'll be doing on political. Like today I have taken a passage, taken an editorial from Times of India again on latest issue of China, right? So today हम एक political comprehension करेंगे. अभी तक हमने एक social comprehension किया, फिर हमने एक normal entertainment comprehension किया, and third type of comprehension we will be doing will be a political comprehension. तो हर तरह का comprehension हर दिन हम आपको एक्सपोजर देते हैं कि किस तरह कॉम्प्रिहेंशन आ सकता है. इट कैन बी ऑन सोशल इश्यूज, इट कैन बी ऑन डेली इश्यूज और एंटरटेनमेंट इश्यूज रिगार्डिंग टीवी, मोबाइल्स, इट कैन बी ऑफ पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज, एनी इश्यूज टाइप they can ask you people, right? So let's start with a comprehension, and it's a comprehension which is based upon our political issues of China, right? So let's start. I welcome you all once again to our editorial section. So this is the third comprehension which we are starting. So again I welcome you all, myself Arpana Grover, and now let's read the comprehension. जैसे हम पहले करते हैं, earlier we used to do, firstly we used to read the comprehension कि वो कहना क्या चाहता है comprehension में, उसके बाद हम आगे चलते हैं, right? So let's start reading the comprehension. First, it is difficult to compare the countries because various factors. So please mark these keywords side by side when you are reading the comprehensions. Various factors such as size, culture, history, geography, natural endowment, geopolitics and internal politics came into play. The first passage में उसने बोला है, it is very difficult to compare the countries. So this is the first line of keywords. There are some goals which can be achieved by smaller countries, but sometimes smaller countries find it difficult to embark upon certain big technological plans even if they have a funds. Why? Like some smaller countries are there which find it difficult to embark on big technological, चाहे उनके पास पैसा भी हो तब भी वो एक technological plans को overtake नहीं कर सकते. Why? Because the size of the domestic market is very very small. So just by the reason कि domestic market का जो size है वो बहुत छोटा है, इसी कारण जो smaller countries हैं they can't embark upon the certain big technological plans. So this is second keyword. If we consider the big countries, the closest comparison to India is China, though there are many crucial differences. The Chinese version is to prepare the country for the entry into ranks of middle-level developed nations by the middle of the 21st century. So please mark it again as a key point. Chinese version is to prepare the country. What is the Chinese version to prepare the country is? Entry into the ranks of mid-level developed nations by middle of 21st century. Acceleration of the nation's economic growth and social development by relying on advances in science and technology is pivotal in this. That means they are again major. China का क्या role है कि it wants to enter into the ranks of mid-level developed nations and it wants to advance in the science and technology. It has made a pivotal in the science, and pivotal means point, major. Documents describing the Chinese version state that science and technology constitute premier productive forces and represent a great revolutionary power that can propel economic and social development. So this is the third key point which we are finding in the passage. Chinese vision state that science and technology constitute the premier productive forces. So unke paas, they say that science and technology is only one thing which is the premier productive forces and represent a great revolutionary power. It is interesting to note that the main lessons the Chinese have drawn from their past performance is their failure to promote science and technology. Right. So again, it is major to mention that again in the past performance there is a failure of the Chinese to promote the science and technology. They also promote the they also point to the absence of mechanism and motivations in their economic activity to promote dependence on science and technology. So again, mark it as a point, that is point to absence of mechanisms and motivations in their economic activity. Similarly, they hold that their scientific and technological efforts were not oriented towards economic growth. That means their scientific and technological efforts are not oriented. They were not going in that direction, that anything which they are doing in scientifically and technologically, it can improve their economic growth. Consequently, they conclude that the large number of scientific and technological achievements were not converted into productive forces as they were too far removed from China's immediate economic and social needs. So this is the major reason that why the China has not upgraded itself, right? Next, the Chinese vision is therefore aimed at exploiting. What is the Chinese vision now? So next passage is just about the Chinese vision. Chinese vision is therefore aimed at exploiting state-of-art science and technology to enhance the nation's overall power and strength. That means China believes that by exploiting the science and technology, by improving the science and technology, they can enhance the nation's overall power. So this particular passage, it depicts that क्या vision है China का future को लेके कि how they can improve. So their vision, overall vision, living to focus at resolving problems encountered in large-scale industrial and agricultural productions, and to effectively control and alleviate pressures brought about the population, resources, and the environment. So by the year 2000, China has aimed at bringing the main industrial sectors up to the technological levels achieved by the developed countries in 1970 or 80, and 2020, the level they would have attained by early 21st century. The aim is to bridge the overall gap in the advanced world. That means finally हम लोग जो आज पढ़ रहे हैं इस पैसेज में सिर्फ चाइना इतना ही कहने का है कि चाइनीज बेसिकली they are aimed at bringing the main industrial sector to the technological levels. ईयर 2000 तक उनका सिर्फ एक ही फोकस था कि जितनी भी चाइना की इंडस्ट्रीज हैं दे शुड बी टेक्नोलॉजिकली डेवलप्ड, एंड 2020 तक जो लेवल उन्होंने अटेन किया है टू ब्रिज अप अ गैप एंड मूव टुवर्ड्स द एडवांस्ड वर्ल्ड बाय साइंटिफिक अप्रोच. उनका मेजर जो फोकस है डेवलपमेंट का दैट इज मेजरली ऑन साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. There is a special emphasis on research and development of high technologies that would find defense applications, right? Some of these technologies are critical for improving the features of key conventional methods. Some technologies are meant for enhancing future military capabilities. That means China अब किस तरफ काम कर रहा है? Some of these technologies are critical improving key conventional weapons and military capabilities. So जितनी भी social जो भी साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी को ये कैसे यूज कर रहे हैं बाय डेवलपिंग न्यू मेथड्स, कन्वेंशनल वेपन्स, एंड सेकेंडली बाय एनहांसिंग द फ्यूचर मिलिट्री कैपेबिलिटीज. Other efforts are aimed at maintaining the momentum to develop capabilities for cutting-edge defense technologies. That is, China is more focusing upon the cutting-edge defense technologies. They call for unremitting efforts in this regard with the aim of maintaining effective self-defense and nuclear deterrent capabilities. So, China is moving towards the nuclear deterrent capabilities via scientific technologies and to enable parity in defense, science and technology in the advanced world. So this is what China is aiming in the next coming sessions. So this was all about the comprehension. इस comprehension में हमने students क्या पढ़ा कि यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने majorly पूरे comprehension की अगर हम बात करें, the full comprehension is aimed at Chinese development, how they are focusing from 2000 to 2020, what are their future plans, how they are investing scientific developments, and how they will be developing their weapons and conventional weapons methods and other scientific methods. Right? Now let's see the questions. अब हमें एक crux पता चल गया कि इस पूरे passage में एक author क्या कहना चाहता है. So coming to the questions, let's see the questions. So the first questions comes here. So let's see the first question related to the passage. Comparison between the two countries becomes difficult. ये हमने आपको याद होगा हमने मार्क किया था ये first line. Comparison between the two countries becomes difficult. First कहता है the countries differ in their internal political system. Second कहता है each country has its own demography. और तीसरा कहता है the countries with homogeneous backgrounds are many in number. So हमने जो according to the passage पढ़ा, starting in the first line, we have read the countries differ in their internal political system, one, and countries, each country has its own demography. So ये हमने कहीं नहीं पढ़ा, the countries with homogeneous background are many in number. This line was never given in the passage which we have read. So 1 and 2 are correct. So basically correct answer is C. तो हम लोग उसी कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग चलेंगे जो हमने पैसेज में पढ़ा है, उससे बाहर हम नहीं जा सकते. We can't move apart from the passage. Always take care. So this was C is the correct answer, as the author, the very beginning of the passage clearly mentions a number of demographical and political factors, the presence of which makes it difficult to compare the countries. Statement 1 and 2 hence are correct. Question number 2. What is the goal of China to be accomplished by middle 21st century? ये हमने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले पढ़ा है कि middle 21st century तक, सेकेंड पैसेज में हमने शायद पढ़ा ये, चाइना का क्या रोल है? To become one of the most developed nation, to surpass the level of all middle level nations, developed nations by good margin, to be the most influential superpower, none of these. Dear, हम लोगों ने इन तीनों में से कुछ नहीं पढ़ा है. अगर आपको याद हो, सेकेंड पैसेज में हमने ये पढ़ा था. So the answer is most probably D. The students, हम लोगों ने पैसेज में ये पढ़ा था, the China doesn't want to surpass the level of the middle level. It want to become equal. So the answer is D. As per the passage, China wants to reach the level of middle level developed nations by the middle of 21st century. Hence option B जो हमने अभी पढ़ा, which states China aims at surpassing, can be eliminated. It's a wrong option. So correct answer is D. बहुत ध्यान से हमने पैसेज पढ़ा, तभी मैं आपको शुरू से बोलती हूँ, whenever we are reading a passage, mark the keywords, mark the main points जो आपके दिमाग में रह जाते हैं, और जब आप वो आंसर्स पढ़ते हो वही चीज दोबारा रिप्रोड्यूस होती है, एंड यू आर एबल टू डू द करेक्ट आंसर्स. अब हमने अगर कीवर्ड्स मार्क किए थे, वी आर नॉट गोइंग बैक कि दोबारा से पैसेज पढ़ें. इट विल टेक अगेन नेक्स्ट 5 minutes, so we will be wasting our 10 minutes on one passage. So it's just wastage of time. एक बार पैसेज पढ़ो, अच्छा पढ़ो, विद कीवर्ड्स पढ़ो, वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, what it states, what according to Chinese vision can boost socio-economic development of China? Again ये भी हमने पढ़ा था. Research and development, science and technology, premier productive forces, minds united with revolutionary powers. So obviously हमने बहुत बार पढ़ा, China is mainly focusing on science and technology. हर एक चीज में वो science and technology का ही यूज कर रहा है. So correct answer is B. Right? It can be easily inferred from the reference to authors again. Science and technology is the premier productive forces for socio-economic development of China. बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन था और बहुत डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस हैं ये वाले. अब थोड़ा सा अगर आपने बहुत अच्छी तरह पैसेज पढ़ा हो तो आपको दोबारा वापस जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Now comes to question number 4. Which of the following fields had particularly been valued by China? कौन सी फील्ड चाइना की वैल्यू? Building high quality infrastructure, innovation in the field of medicine, defense applications based upon high technologies, and agriculture productions. So हाँ, अगर आपको याद हो, फोर्थ पैसेज में, फोर्थ पेज पर हमने पढ़ा था कि China is particularly being valued by, what are the various fields which have been particularly valued by China is defense applications based upon high scientific technologies, because जितने भी scientific weapons हैं, जो भी scientific technologies हैं, China is using science and technology in developing these major weapons. So answer is C. So it was inferred by the reference that the development of defense applications based upon high technologies, which was important in China. So the correct answer is C. Fifth and the last question comes here. Which of the following have the Chinese identify as pitfalls from their past? क्या pitfalls मतलब downfalls? क्या चीज ऐसी है जो चाइना को फील हुआ कि yes, it was a pitfall? Lack of orientation of science and technology, lack of mechanism of their economic activities, excessive emphasis on science and excessive emphasis तो हो ही नहीं सकता, because चाइना ने कभी भी उसको undertake किया ही नहीं. So अभी तक हमारे पास So correct answer is 1, lack of orientation, and science and technology, lack of mechanism. दोनों हमने keywords में mark किए थे. थर्ड हमने कहीं भी नहीं पढ़ा क्योंकि चाइना तो एम्फेसिस अब दे रहा है, राइट? वो पास्ट की बात कर रहा है, तो करेक्ट आंसर इज डी, लैक ऑफ ओरिएंटेशन इन साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एंड लैक ऑफ मैकेनिज्म इन देयर इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज. सो करेक्ट आंसर फॉर द फिफ्थ इज डी. So dear students, this was a passage which today's passage on political affairs, and hope so आपको समझ में आया होगा कि किस तरह से हम political passages को deal करते हैं, उन पे काम करते हैं, right? And be with us always for the next passages, comprehensions, and always I make you remember to subscribe our YouTube channel Informats, Course Edu Informats. उस Course Edu Informats पे आपको daily ना सिर्फ English but reasoning, quant, legal reasoning, legal aptitude, ये सारे lectures आपको free of cost मिलेंगे. And ये सारे lectures CLAT 2021 के latest pattern पे हैं. That is dependent upon your latest comprehension based reasoning, latest comprehension based aptitude, and latest comprehension based law questions will be there. बहुत कम ऐसे channels हैं जो कि आपको CLAT में latest pattern पे पढ़ा रहे हैं. उनमें से एक channel है Course Edu Informats. And always, second thing, do download our app Course Edu from the Play Store. On there, you will be finding very free courses for your studies of CLAT 2020, 2021, right? So you'll be focusing on those also, so that these channels and this app on the Play Store, Course Edu app, will be helpful for you a lot for your preparation of CLAT 2021 and various law examinations. Not only CLAT, these are helpful in all the CLAT examinations which are going to be held in 2021. So keep studying, be safe, all the best. Thank you.